The claim we're about to check is from Senator Bob Casey's campaign. He's the Democratic incumbent running for another term. He accuses his opponent, Republican Dave McCormick, of investing in a Chinese fentanyl producer. Here's the claim.
As CEO of Wall Street's largest hedge fund, McCormick invested millions in China's biggest fentanyl producer.
McCormick served as CEO of the hedge fund company Bridgewater Associates from 2020 to the beginning of 2022. News 8 found federal tax documents that show the investments Bridgewater made in that time. In these forms from 2021, we found Bridgewater had at least $1.6 million invested in an entity called HumanWell Healthcare. So let's dig into what HumanWell is. A bipartisan group of senators, House members, and others drafted this report in 2022 to find ways to stop synthetic opioids from getting into the U.S. In it, it says HumanWell Healthcare is a Chinese producer of fentanyl used in medical applications, and it owns 90% of the domestic market of fentanyl in China. Here again is the claim the Casey campaign is making.
As CEO of Wall Street's largest hedge fund, McCormick invested millions in China's biggest fentanyl producer.
McCormick's campaign did not dispute to News 8 that Bridgewater invested in HumanWell while McCormick was CEO. His campaign told me McCormick had no direct role in Bridgewater's investment strategy. But McCormick has talked about how Bridgewater guided investments in China, including during his book tour last year.
So we had an investment strategy that ultimately, I think while I was there, like 2% of our assets were in China, but we had $160 billion, so 2% is not an insignificant amount, was in China.
In the same interview, McCormick said this about his involvement in the investment strategy.
I was the CEO, so whatever we did, I'm responsible for.
So when we couple that with the tax documents that we showed you about the HumanWell investments, we find the Casey campaign's claim that McCormick invested in China's biggest fentanyl producer is true. We have more to check, though, because you may have seen McCormick responded to this ad with an ad of his own. Here's what he says.
I never made any investments in the makers of illegal fentanyl.
McCormick's use of the word illegal is notable because that is not part of Casey's claim. The McCormick campaign argues HumanWell only makes fentanyl for legal medical use, and by specifying illegal fentanyl, that makes McCormick's rebuttal difficult to fact check. And this is why. The U.S. government has found China's pharmaceutical industry is, quote, weakly regulated and poorly monitored, and that in many cases, the chemicals used to produce fentanyl and fentanyl-like products are illegally diverted from legitimate pharmaceutical uses. So we cannot say with certainty that Chinese fentanyl made by HumanWell has never come to Pennsylvania for illegal use, which is what McCormick suggests in his rebuttal. At the same time, we have not found any direct evidence to prove that HumanWell fentanyl has killed Pennsylvanians, which is what the Casey campaign implies in its ad. So you're seeing some allegations made in political ads are just not specific enough to check. And that's the case for those parts of the ads. But we'll continue to look into them for you. Getting the facts, Matt Barquero, WGAL News 8.